Hey there, it's Allison. I'm in the car because I'm waiting for Olivia while she has her piano lesson, and I thought I would talk with you a little bit. I've been talking about this digital detox that I did and how incredibly enlightening it was. And I have been blown away by all of the interest that all of you have shared about it and your curiosity. And so many of you have been like, oh my gosh, I'm so jealous. I want to do that. And I'm here to tell you, you can do it. Don't be jealous or envious of me. You can totally do it. And today I'm going to talk about how I did it. First, I want to mention that I want to give you an update. So, since I did my 2 weeks of a digital detox without my cell phone, without my iPad and my laptop, and even without Netflix, that was surprisingly easy. But what I will say is when I started the very first day, so I went to bed and I was planning on starting the next day. Well, guess what? I woke up the next day with the stomach flu for the first time ever. I've never had the stomach flu. So I don't know if you've ever heard the theory that when you go on a fast or a detox, that the reactions that you have, the physical reactions you have, can sometimes hint to how toxic you are and what you're getting rid of. So I sort of had this little joke with myself, which it's kind of amazing that I had any humor at all, because being nauseous is one of the worst feelings for me. Like, that is the thing I really don't like. I can handle a lot of other health things, but nauseated feelings and throwing up are just the worst for me. So anyway, so it's amazing I had any humor at all. But I had the stomach flu for about 2.5 days, which is also weird for me. Typically I get over illnesses within like half a day or less. So that was an interesting and unfun experience, but it did make me stay down and not jump around doing a bunch of things. And one of the things I did is I read some of Olivia's books. She reads a lot of chapter books, and that's my daughter, who is almost 12. And so I read some of her books, and it was really fun and interesting. And Olivia happens to be an excellent writer, and so I got to get her advice on which books she thought were the best ones for me to read, and they were just so fun. I think I did kind of surprise my family by lying on the couch and doing a whole lot of nothing for several days, because that is not typical for me. And then the rest of the detox, I felt better, and then I was just crossing things off my to-do list like crazy. And that felt amazing. And I discovered that there were so many hours in the day when I didn't have a screen to get in my way. So that is one of the things that I really want to impress upon you, is that if you feel like you don't have a lot of time, get off of your screens. You will be amazed how many hours there are in the day. And I noticed my personality changed a little bit, or my moods or my attitude changed when I wasn't online. And one of the things that I noticed is that I just felt calmer and more relaxed and more spacious. And I didn't have sort of this underlying feeling that comes from being constantly connected, constantly on, waiting for a ping and a ding to come in and ask me to do something. So that was really amazing in and of itself. And what I will also tell you is that during the detox, really, I mean, how I did it is pretty basic. I just abstained from being on any device. And I sat in the discomfort of, what do I do now? What do I do now? And until I knew what I wanted to do, I sat in that discomfort. And it was so refreshing to just feel that, even though it wasn't comfortable, I liked it. I'm kind of weird that way, where as long as I know that I'm doing something with the intent to grow, with that as the purpose, I'll do it. It doesn't really matter to me that, I'm feeling discomfort. I mean, I don't love that part of it, but it's not going to hold me back. So that's it. I mean, that's how I did it. I just made my rules and I stuck to them. And here's the amazing thing. It wasn't the detox that was hard. It was, now that I'm back into my regular life, it is really, really a lot of effort for me to stop being online. And that is harder than I thought it would be. So what I found the first week is that I was online most of the day, emailing, checking Facebook, looking, doing research, ordering things that I discovered we needed while we were away, making appointments for things that I figured out I needed to do while I was on the detox. Basically, I just delayed all those tasks. And that worked actually really well because I was super efficient with my time the first day. But then when I didn't have specific tasks to do after that, that's when I got into trouble. And what I realized is that it's not easy being online, being on our devices, it's addictive. And really, my husband and I were talking the other night. David said, all of this technology was supposed to save us time. And he is a software engineer, has been for a while, long time, and really at the top of his game. And he's been in the tech world for decades. And so he's no stranger to that. And I had this sudden flash of realization when he said that kind of broke my heart a little bit. That it's true that it was supposed to save our time, and it does save our time. But unfortunately, living in a capitalist society and having a capitalist mentality, there have been, and there always will be, people who see something as an opportunity to make money. And I think that there was kind of this idea that, well, gosh, people are going to have all this free time. So how can we benefit from that? How can we make money off of people's free time? And that just bums me out that humans can be that way. And, it's not all negative, of course. I certainly don't ever see the world that way. I just sometimes think that we need to chill out a whole lot on the everything about money thing that we have in this culture and in this time frame of life. And we need to connect more with each other in person. And so what I discovered with this is that I need to figure out how to modulate my use, because it's tricky, where I kind of was joking with a friend. I said, you can't just do a little bit of cocaine. Like, it doesn't really work that way. And for me, being on devices can be a drug. And so I have to figure out, but it's also a tool, and it's amazing as an entrepreneur and business owner and speaker and retreat leader and workshop offerer to be able to connect with people in this wide way. But we're missing this in-person connection. So I think that I'm going to be doing some more in-person things. And that's why I love doing workshops and retreats in person. So anyway, back to what I was saying about how to modulate myself. It has been really, really difficult for me to keep my use in check. And so what I decided to do this last weekend, because last week was my first week back online, and I saw how out of control I was. So on Sunday, I decided that I was going to have screen-free Sundays. And my husband was totally on board for that. Olivia, not so much, but she'll get used to it. It's just another kooky thing that our family's doing. And so we're going to have screen-free Sundays. And what was really cool is even as frenetic as I got during that week of being online, I was able to get right back into the calm spaciousness on Sunday of having no screens. And we had an amazing time. We laughed as a family, we told stories, and just really enjoyed hanging out with each other. Olivia and I made a few videos, which you'll be seeing those coming soon. And we cleaned out our garage, and we even had leisure time. So again, it's always surprising to me how many hours there are in a day when there aren't screens involved. So I'm curious, what do you think about screen-free Sundays? Would that help you to be more present in your life and have more relaxation and be more connected with the people you love and like? Let me know. I'm really interested. And I'll see you next time. And I'd love to hear how all of this goes for you. And if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe below. Thanks so much. Bye.